This is the period which will be called the Amritkal in history of India. And what is Amritkal? Amrit is 75 years. From 75 to 100, this period of 25 years will be a golden period for the country, golden period for the generations to come. It will be a period which will see huge growth, inclusive growth, a society which is built upon trust, a society which is caring for the people who are at the lowest rung of the society, people at the bottom of the pyramid, people who have been marginalized, people who have earlier been treated as a vote bank. All those distortions which have happened in the country is what we aim to set right in this Amritkal. Now, from the perspective of industry and especially from the perspective of digital landscape, I'll just make very quick 5 points. First is electronics and other manufacturing. Second is about lead in semiconductors. Third is about the use of public platforms. Fourth is about the digitization of large industrial sectors which are there. And fifth is about the convergence between the way digital industry will work, which is basically the convergence between telecom and IT. So these are the 5 brief points. Electronics manufacturing, all of you know that 7 years back, 10 years back, it was a minuscule industry. India was not even kind of considered on the radar in the world. Today, we have a significant electronics manufacturing industry, close to $80 billion today, employing close to about 25 lakh people. It's a significant employment, and this is good quality employment. There are plants where you would find 60% of the employees are women employees. So that's a great gender equalizing opportunity. So it's a, and there are other plants where you find disabled people actually leading a large number of departments. So that's the kind of inclusive growth which has got initiated by the electronics manufacturing industry. It's well on its way to grow to 300 billion in the coming 5 years. We have got lots and lots of inputs from the industry on what else can be done by the government to make sure that it grows faster than this. And we are in the process of implementing many of those suggestions, and of course always open to having more ideas, having more suggestions on this front. The second is about semiconductors. This entire sector, the sector of semiconductors, is going to be the foundation stone for n number of industries in the coming years. Whether it is the telecom industry, whether it is the IT hardware industry, whether you talk of automobile getting totally transformed by use of more and more chips, more and more electronics. You take any sector, whether the steel sector, whether the heavy machinery sector, every sector is going to use it. So how do we leverage our talent and build up the semiconductor industry in our country, and how do we scale it up in a consistent manner over next 10-15 years, so that it becomes a major force in the growth of other industries. That's going to be a major aim, and we have taken some very good initiatives in the last and the initiatives are showing good result. Each and every CEO that I've spoken to, each and every global major that has come and met us, have put India squarely on the radar, have started identifying real opportunities, have started scouting for talent to lead those initiatives, and the way there would be certain more things to be done, but the way this sector will pick up, and of course this is right timing also, given the geopolitical environment that we face, this will become a major driver for many other industries. So that's the second point. And third point is about the public platforms. I'm sure all of you know about UPI, I don't need to repeat it. The concept is basically, it's a very different way of having a PPP, where the government is now planning to create public digital platforms on the lines of UPI, on the lines of CoWIN. Such digital platforms will then be opened up to the startup community, to the industry. Please come, create your consumer-facing applications, grow with us. We provide you the solid base, and for that we have formulated a national data framework. That data framework, based on the feedback that we have received, should be uploaded in a short, within a week's time frame, 10 days time frame. Using that kind of framework where non-personal data can be used for providing better services, and we put that in a public digital platform, then you as industry and startups come up and provide the consumer-facing, customer-facing applications. That is another great classic win-win. UPI is a good example. The another example is DigiLocker. I'm sure the insurance, how many of you are from insurance industry? Yeah. Mr. Bajaj, of course, be there. So today, practically every insurance company is using DigiLocker for its KYC and some other certification processes. So that kind of, now DigiLocker is a public platform. Do we go straight to the public for that? No. Other industry participants, they come and use this platform and create applications which are going to be used by their customers and the entire ecosystem for creating that value. So that was the third. And fourth is about digitization of large industrial sectors. Sectors like the railway sector, sectors like defense, sectors like steel sector. These are the sectors where digitization needs to happen at a much faster pace compared to what has happened in the past. And that's where we will be taking more proactive steps in involving the industry in digitization of these sectors. So the defense sector, you have seen, there is a great template for the startup community to come, join the defense sector, be a participant in a challenge initially, and if the challenge leads to a good result, then use that result to create a business case for you. So that kind of support will be provided in many more sectors, including railways, in the coming, in the near future. So that will be second. That will be the fourth way by which the entire IT, electronics, digital, all these worlds will be creating value for you. And the final is the convergence between 4G, 5G and digital world. So basically, all of us know today that the primary mode of consuming internet and the primary mode of consuming digital services today is the mobile phone. So how do we accelerate this transition? How do we make this transition safe? How do we face the challenges of cybersecurity? How do we make sure that the services remain affordable the way they have remained affordable despite the huge capital investment which has to be made in providing these services? So these are the challenges that we have to come up. We as industry and government and society and the lawmakers, all of us have to combine, have to work together to come up with solutions for that. So these are the 5 themes I thought would be relevant for this session. And again, the overarching pyramid for all of this will be that everything that we do must definitely aim to provide benefits, provide a transformative force, create an acceleration, create a better environment for the people at the bottom of the pyramid. Because our political philosophy in this government, Prime Minister Modi ji's political philosophy is Antyodaya. And Antyodaya primarily means that people at the bottom of the pyramid, people who have been marginalized, people who have been cut off from the stream of development which has happened over the last many decades, they are the people who have to be put at the core of our development programs. And digitization, digital world, that's a primary driver of growth and that's the primary driver of development today. So we have to put that section at the core of our digitization also. So with this, I'll stop here from the initial remarks and be open for questions and comments from you.